Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Happy Hour Podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Tabby.
This week, we're doing something that we haven't done yet.
No, not at all.
We're going to cover some awesome music. Some
Music
music.
makes the people
Some concert
come
experiences, favorite bands, least favorite bands, best live shows, worst live shows that we've been to, personally.
I did not get this lineup, but okay. Let's roll with it.
Well, I've been talking to you about it every day for like the past week.
You just said concert experiences.
Well, you know what I mean. Live shows. That's what concerts are.
Okay.
If you've ever been to one before. But
no, not one.
We have
special guest.
We have one guest right now, but the other will be here shortly, hopefully. And that is Ty from Phantom Jukebox. What's up, Ty?
Woo!
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us, man.
That's awesome. And man, I hope you guys packed a lunch and can talk about music all day.
That's like us when it comes to like nerd shit too. Music and nerd shit, and let's go.
Yeah. Horror movies, things of that nature.
Oh yeah, can't forget about horror movies.
That's a top-notch topic. So, but like I said earlier, we're going to talk about some live shows that we've been not a part of, but attended.
I've been a part of a live show.
Well, yeah, I've done
two
band. I've been in a band before. I played in high school. I was in a band in high school.
Was it one of those really bad Metallica cover bands?
No, we were not a Metallica. We didn't write our own music, but we played. We were big into 80s thrash metal, hair metal.
Gotcha.
All that stuff.
Listen, at one point, every beginning band is a bad Metallica cover band.
That's true.
The beginning. Let's just be real. That's just it's just the step one of being in a band is pick an instrument. Usually, bass gets picked last because nobody wants to play big guitar. And then, which Metallica song are we learning first? I'm not even a big Metallica guy. I'm more of a Megadeth guy myself, but it's just how it's built. And then you learn, I can write my own music, and you go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was the bass player in our band, by the way.
Were you?
Hey.
I had a cherry red Dean Edge 1 bass.
Okay.
Yeah. And the very first song I ever learned how to play was For Whom the Bell Tolls. So, Ty, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for just calling me out like that.
Listen, I too had Black Ibanez that I was learning For Whom the Bell Tolls on at one point. It takes one to know one, my friend.
I also was a bass player.
We're all bass players.
My first band, I was the guitarist. My second band, I was the bassist.
It's like bass player AA. Hi guys.
My name's Tabby.
And I played bass.
I played bass.
I tried to play Metallica. My name's Mike. I played Metallica covers.
That actually
alone.
My band's called For Whom the Bell Rolls. It's a Metallica tribute band.
It was For Whom the Bass Tolls.
It's just all bassists, even the drummer.
Yeah. The drum kit was just the bass drum. That was it.
And somehow he's still better than Lars.
Yes, my dude. Anybody's better than Lars.
Look, as a drummer, Lars is fantastic.
Lars?
As a person, he's kind of a douche. But as a musician, he's great.
I'm only going to argue one of those points, and it's probably about the drumming. But, he's a great businessman, which is, I'm sure secured his spot in that band for the past, 40-ish years or something like that. But
I was going to say 80, but yeah.
Are they going to? Is Metallica going to be the next Rolling Stones? Wouldn't that be very fascinating to see?
I would believe so.
Look,
the Rolling Stones are still going to be on tour, and then Metallica is going to be they're going to be in their late 70s.
Well, in 10 years, James will be in his 70s in about 10 more years.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Well, you got to think they formed back in 1981.
Yeah.
That was 41 years ago.
That's gross.
and they were in their 20s.
That's gross.
So
and they stopped writing albums 20 years ago.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. Wait, when did this become the shit on Metallica show?
I don't know. It just kind of happened. Hey, we're bassists talking about Metallica. We don't exist in that band anyway. So, I mean.
Well, unless you're Cliff Burton.
Well, that's true. I think, yeah. I think once Cliff Burton, like, once he died, I think I think I've said it before, like, some bands just have that member that pushes everybody. Like, everybody is good, but you've got that one member that keeps everybody on their toes. For Metallica, it was certainly Cliff Burton. For Avenged Sevenfold, it was the Rev. And then once you lose that member, I think things become very simplified.
Yeah. So is that why after Paul Gray died, Slipknot went to shit?
Maybe.
Probably.
That's my hard take on Slipknot.
I was
when
waiting
Paul
for you
Gray
to say
died,
what's the
Slipknot
excuse.
went to shit.
I was waiting for you to say what's the excuse for Avenged Sevenfold, because your eyes just.
Avenged Sevenfold, like, arguably was like, I like them up to like Nightmare, and then Hail to the King and beyond. Like, what is this?
Oh my god!
I'm not an Avenged fan, but everything prior to the Nightmare album was pretty good.
At least they tried, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that they were trying to put something into their albums, but once that Nightmare album came out, it was like, what are you doing? Stop doing this.
I've noticed a lot of those bands like Slipknot, Avenged Sevenfold, Mudvayne, the ones who were big when we were like in high school and teenagers, like late 90s, early 2000s, when it was that time. Their last album was always garbage, and now, like, well, I'd say maybe like 2010, maybe 12.
The only good album Mudvayne ever produced was
LD50. I know.
Was it Ding Ding Burr?
Ding Ding Burr.
The bass part for.
I had to go back and Ding Ding Burr, and then I'm like,
I like that.
The little conscience on my shoulder went, dude, it's that one song that Mudvayne, their first single, like, oh yeah, Ding Ding Burr.
Ding Ding. We'll never hear it the same.
Ding Ding Burr. Well, hold on. No, do this. So you know the meme?
Yeah.
Of when the vocals kick in and that's the guy going,
yes.
Go,
ding ding burr, ding ding burr.
The really apathetic scream with his face like contorting.
That is Mudvayne to me now.
Oh god.
So thank you, Ty, for that.
Oh.
You're welcome. The pleasure is all mine.
Oh my god.
Ding ding burr, ding ding burr, ding ding burr.
This is the name of the episode, Ding Ding Burr.
Ding ding burr. With Phantom Jukebox.
Yes.
And now for that wonderful early 2000s hit from Mudvayne, Ding Ding Burr.
Love it. Cut that. I'm clipping that.
Why did you sound like Casey Kasem when you said that?
Because Casey Kasem is a hero. I love him.
Ding Ding Burr is in the Casey Kasem top 40.
And this was a top track in 1965.
I actually have a fun story about Casey Kasem.
Ding Ding Burr. From the
Ding Ding Burr was Mudvayne's big breakout hit in the early 2000s.
A fucking stroke.
It's hot.
That's a great you have a great radio voice, man. That is fantastic.
Thank you. I did a little bit of radio.
I can tell, man.
It's fantastic. Oh wow.
You know what's gonna break your heart too is me and my brother were talking about it, and I was like, early Megadeth kind of sounds like angry Casey Kasem. Hello, me, meet the real me in my misfits way of life. It gives me a migraine headache to sink down to your level.
I'm not gonna know. God. Why did you ruin it for me?
I think.
So listen, I love Megadeth. My brother, I'm gonna give Connor the credit on this one. Connor, my brother, was the one who sounded that out, and he's like, "Hey, can you do the Sweating Bullets lyrics real quick, but as Casey Kasem?" I'm like, "Oh my god."
Ruined.
That was fucking amazing.
But that is so good. Oh man.
You can subdue but never tame me.
And then Casey Kasem does Hangar 18.
Oh,
Welcome to this Fortress Isle.
Hangar 18 is my favorite Megadeth song.
Solid choice.
I love
Five
that
Magics is mine.
Yeah. Oh man, that was fun. Real quick, so I listened to I don't know how long ago you guys released the episode, but one of you did the best Christian Bale Batman voice I have ever heard in my life.
Ooh, I think it was because me and Joe have gone back and forth on that one.
It was so I pissed myself. It was so funny.
I'm introducing the new top 40.
was that?
Now
That was it.
Ding Ding Burr. By my face. You want to give it to an ordinary citizen? Where's the trigger?
Oh.
We're gonna get a lot of mileage out of that one.
Ding Ding Burr.
My favorite line, and this is a real line from Batman, The Dark Knight, is my favorite word that he says is hockey pads.
Yeah, I never knew what he said. I had to put subtitles on.
So he lands and he lands on the van and he's like, "What gives you the right? What makes you different from the rest of us?" And he's like, "I'm not wearing hockey pads."
But the
And
way
then
he says, "I'm not wearing hockey pads." I thought he
So
said, "I'm not wearing
it's like
hockey
basically he just flexes. He's like, "Cause I'm rich," and he drives away.
Because I thought he said, "I'm not wearing a hockey mask." I'm like, well, neither are they.
That's just an inaccurate statement.
Ding Ding Burr.
Ding Ding Burr.
Ding Ding Burr. So that's Batman singing Mudvayne.
And that's Batman covering Ding Ding Burr in 1960. So we team up Casey Kasem's Robin with modern day Batman.
Oh no. Yeah.
I like Zoink's Batman. He's got scars.
Ding.
Where'd you get him? How'd you get the scars?
So Matthew Lillard is playing Robin.
No,
Hockey
it's Casey
pads.
Kasem.
Like,
From the Justice Friends?
Oh, that
Like,
Robin.
wow.
Like Zoinks. Batman's playing Ding Ding Burr again.
Play it again. Play it again. It's my money. I put it in the jukebox. Because I'm Batman.
Oh my god. So Ty, do you have any favorite? I'm trying to get into the damn topic, but I can't stop laughing.
It would take him some time to build the strength to ask the question.
Oh.
I'm over here saying, "Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it."
Ding
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 Ding Burr, and it's just making me laugh even harder.
The tension would build as the minutes would go on. No one would say Ding Ding Burr.
That is the most accurate description of that song.
Wow. So we're gonna listen to Mudvayne's Ding Ding Burr.
Right after this commercial break.
Christopher Walken and Morgan Freeman
Oh
have
my
a
God.
metal radio station.
Yeah. I found that Metallica stopped being the same after the Ride the Lightning album.
No,
Come on,
we
people.
literally he introed multiple podcast episodes, and he would welcome to an all new, like sounding
Yeah,
like
I did a
Christopher Walken
accidental Christopher Walken impression.
on act.
Welcome to Happy Hour Podcast.
It's the happiest hour we have. Ah,
Drink a beer and have some fun.
come on, crack one open, join along.
I think this is, oh my God.
Oh.
So,
If you're sober right now, you're not doing it right. Unless you're driving. If you're driving, don't drink. It's not right. Don't do it. But when you get home, crack it open. Or two.
Oh, I'm crying right now.
oh my God.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right.
Impersonations are actually kind of an accident for me because I'm fascinated with accents, but I have done some voice acting.
That's awesome.
I believe it, man. I believe it.
I do accents. I don't do impersonations.
Accents are hard, especially if you're trying to do like I find some people are really good at either Southern accents or Northern accents. It's very hard to do both.
I used to have a Southern accent, but I'm from Tennessee, so
that kind of happens.
I got rid of it though. I stopped talking that way just on purpose one day. It's like 20 years ago and it stuck. Ugh.
I had to turn my fan on.
Yeah, same.
It's just starting to
sweating
sweat.
bullets, as
Woo,
Dave
that
Mustaine
was
would
fun,
say.
though. All right. So, what is our topic of today?
Live impressions.
How many times we could say "ding ding burr"?
and who's
And that would start the next timer before someone would say ding ding burr again. The valley of anticipation growing wider and wider as the minutes pass.
So, who are some of the best bands that you've seen live?
Oh man, one of the best. So I've got ones I've played and then ones I've seen for both categories.
Okay.
As far as like best bands, like best live show I've ever seen was at Rockville a few years ago, and it was Rob Zombie.
Really?
Yes. Which came right after one of the worst live shows I've ever seen, which was Marilyn Manson.
I
believe that.
Yeah, totally believe that one.
I think it was on the same stage too, which was like why I wanted to like be So I think Rob Zombie came first. Marilyn Manson might have come second. Because I think Korn closed the night out, which were amazing too.
Oh, are they not?
Oh wow.
But yeah, no, Rockville was this was when it was still in Daytona. It was Jacksonville. It was pretty awesome. I haven't been to the one since they moved it to Daytona.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is a few years ago. Yeah, Rob Zombie had like a couple risers and like the characters and like costumes and stuff, but like he kept that crowd going like I've not seen any. Like his crowd work is amazing.
Yeah, I saw him in 2002. It was a tour that Ozzy was doing, and Rob Zombie was the opening act. This was back when I lived in Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, it was the fall of 2002. And Rob Zombie opened for Ozzy. Ozzy is probably one of the best. He's in my top 5. But back then, Rob Zombie did put on a good show.
Well, he did awesome, and he had some people kind of went overboard with like the backing tracks. Like I saw Disturbed at 98 Rock Fest, and one year they had backing tracks, and it was kind of rough. I saw them like a couple years later, and it was a much better show. But Rob Zombie just had a couple risers, and like his crowd work was half the show. Like he had the different trench coats he would wear for different songs, and then inversely. On the other side, Marilyn Manson, I think I said it before in one of our shows, you can't be fat and the Antichrist. And so Marilyn Manson, he's got like this pot belly thing going, right? Because he's skinny pretty much everywhere else, except in the face where he's slowly turning into Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he is.
Right.
He is.
And I've always said I want to see a Marilyn Manson biopic, but I want Nick Cage to play Manson.
The beautiful people. I'd watch it. Or Marilyn Manson looking for the national treasure.
Oh my God. That
Marilyn Manson is Nicolas Cage's doppelganger.
They really are.
Marilyn Manson is Earth 2 Nick Cage.
Oh,
Marilyn Manson, he had this like, he wasn't really like, you think he'd be more dressed out to be, like the goth antichrist and stuff, but he was more just like kind of guy going to church, but instead it was black slacks, a long sleeve shirt, and a vest. And he was out stage, he was on stage doing his thing, and then he had like a church podium, which maybe that was the getup, maybe. But he had a church podium on stage, and he went and he like put his back on it. But the problem is that Winnie the Pooh thing that happens for big guys like myself.
oh,
Where if you lift your arms too high, like your shirt goes up and your belly sticks out.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of amplified when you're like you're arching back like you're on the hood of a car in an 80s music video, but you're on like a podium, and like his pale pot belly shot out towards the moon.
Oh God.
Completely. And he was out of breath from climbing up on top of the podium.
Wow.
So it's like, if you're gonna in the microphone. If you're gonna tell God to F off. Make it personal.
Oh my God.
Somebody get our boy a Diet Coke.
Can of cola, and I'll be okay. Can of cola.
Isn't he almost 60 though?
Manson, I don't know. Probably. Yeah, probably.
He's gonna be a hell of a person to see get old.
Oh my God.
Oh my, yeah, Marilyn Manson. When he's like that age that like not Mick Jagger, but Keith Richards is at now. When he's like 84, he's trying to climb on top of the podium, and you see like some of the roadies like come like from the stage right and like try to pick him up.
It's gonna be the same wire work team from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like pulling from behind the scene.
They're gonna have his wheelchair. His podium is just gonna be his walker. You'll see like these tennis balls on it.
Yeah. Pull harder, men! Pull! Come on! Lift him! Do it!
Do it now!
Go! Put your back into it!
Get to the chopper!
Get him a salad! Now!
Show me your leadership capabilities.
Do it! Do it! Get him a salad now! Make an executive decision!
Oh, I can't see.
And that's a Marilyn Manson concert in the year 2045.
Oh God.
I'm going.
Dude, I'll be there.
I want to go just to see the deterioration. You know what he's gonna look like? He's gonna look like
Tim Burton's career right now.
Oh,
shit.
Nice,
He's just
bravo.
So basically, like Tim, like his visual state represents the state of Tim Burton movies right now. Where it's like it's kind of sad at this point. Kind of sad to look at him, but you still go.
I was gonna say Emotep from The Mummy, like when he's like half of his face is hanging off, and
yeah, but that was cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he might look like that, but with the Scorpion King CGI.
Okay, back to concerts. Anyway, woo! Best concert. Did you go?
No.
Oh,
you can.
It's okay. I can wait.
Okay. Well, I know the best live show I have ever been to is it was Gojira opening for Lamb of God, opening for Metallica.
What? Where was that?
Cincinnati.
Okay, because I was that like maybe 10, 15 years ago, something like that.
2009. September 5th, 2009.
I saw that tour. It was October 3rd. We saw it in Florida. I forget like exactly where, but
oh yeah,
that was an incredible. I had the nosebleed seats. I almost said sheets. The nosebleed seats. So it was like terrible audio, but. Yeah, Joe's gonna be pretty jelly of you because he's a big Gojira guy.
That's actually I had never even heard of Gojira until that night, and I've been a huge fan ever since.
Yeah, man, that music hits you differently.
Dude, Gojira is so good, so underrated.
Did they play Diamonds? Didn't they play Diamonds?
Gojira?
Is that the one that you, Jason?
No, that was Deicide and Belphegor.
Okay, that's right. I thought that they were on that show, or that tour. But, okay.
Gojira's not heavy enough to have been at that show.
Yeah.
That was tearing pages out of the Bible and throwing them into the crowd.
Yeah. I love those kind of shows.
Gojira's here this weekend, actually. They're playing Louder Than Life. Gojira.
Oh, yeah. I knew they
they're
were.
here.
Yeah.
They're going to be here
Saturday.
Saturday.
That's awesome that we're recording this during Louder Than Life.
Yeah. Kiss is going to be here Saturday.
Tenacious D just got on stage. And I'm crying inside. They are. They just posted a picture.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
So KG got over his shit again?
It was a fake. That's a fake.
I don't know.
I think it's a fake.
He's a drama queen, so.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the best live show you've ever been to besides last year when we went to go see Blue Oyster
No, Blue
Cult?
Oyster Cult is the best fucking live show I've ever seen.
What?
Blue Oyster Cult is my favorite band. And Mike got me tickets and we went December 4th last year. And we were literally... No. Was it 4?
Yeah, it was 4th row.
4th row. Like, I could spit and hit the stage. For 70-year-old men, they could still fucking shred.
Oh, dude, they play their live shows. They play like they did back in the 70s.
Oh my God,
just as good now as they were 40 years ago. They are sick.
They're so good. They have a cover band called Ghost.
Oh, burn on Ghost.
That hurts. No, I'll accept it. Well, old Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost.
New Ghost.
Ghost now sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Don't. Ghost was actually this probably my second favorite concert that I've been to.
Oh, when you and Jace went?
No, it might be my third. Yeah, when me and Jace went to go see Ghost. It's just a religious experience.
Yeah.
And Tobias,
I saw Kiss.
Fucking Tobias Forge is a hell of a front man.
Yeah.
Puts on a hell of a...
My brother introduced me to them, and I was a little harsh the first. I like him now, but I mean, the first time I heard Ghost, I told my brother, "When did REM get so heavy?"
Oh my God!
Nice.
That's funny.
Nice.
Everybody heard Satan.
I'm never gonna hear Ghost the same way. Now every time I listen to Ghost, I'm gonna think of REM.
Leonard Bernstein.
My second one was probably who opened? Was it Unearthed?
Bodum.
Alluvia. I say their name wrong.
Eluvati,
and then Children of Bodom.
Oh, we went to
that show. Yeah, for my birthday. It was fucking rad.
Rest in power, Alexi.
Yes, very much so. Gone too soon.
He was. The first time I seen Children of Bodom was back in May of 2008. 2009.
2089?
No,
2008.
Okay. And then I paused and then I said 9.
It sounded like you said
No,
89.
I said 8 and then 9.
It was the summer of 1899.
Children of Bodom just released their single.
Electricity is a hot new thing, and Children of Bodom just dropped this sick album. Ding, ding, Burr.
That was almost 10 minutes. But Alexi, before that show, he fell off his bunk bed and fractured his collarbone and still managed to rip out an hour and a half, 2 hour set.
He's still shredded. Yeah,
he's still fucking shredded.
I was out to dinner with
your mom, and I was calling you going, listen to this, you're missing.
Me and my mom went out to dinner. I took my mom out for dinner, and she called me. She's like, oh, listen to Children of Bodom on my shitty little square phone from 2008.
You're salty. But no.
Oh, I grew up on Children of Bodom. That's how basically my introduction to metal was like Peace Sells, but Who's Buying, and then that album. And then like my brother would, God bless him, drove my crazy ass to high school for a couple years. We're about 2 years apart. And in like his beat up car stereo, I got to hear like 6 Pounder or something like that. And like that, just greatness coming from Children of Bodom. I can't believe he's gone. It's real sad.
How did he die? What did he?
I don't think it's been disclosed yet officially.
I thought it was like a infection. I thought it was like a blood infection or something.
he was not doing good either way. Like
Yeah,
he was kind of like withering away.
Yeah,
I thought he was just sick.
it was like pneumonia
he
or
pulled
something
a Lemmy
with
Killmeister and just kept going until he couldn't.
might have. I don't
That's
know.
what Lemmy did.
I just know that LUVT was fucking phenomenal, and they're
Yeah.
still one of my favorite bands right now.
Yeah.
God, they're so good. But
Speaking
those
of
are
somebody who's sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
no,
sorry,
you're
sorry,
good. Go ahead.
Speaking of somebody who's so good, Joe is joining the party. Hello.
What's up, Joe?
Hello.
I swear that we were starting this at 7:30, but I was wrong. Very,
You're good.
very wrong.
That's okay, man.
Oh, so
You're-
wrong.
You're here now, and that's all that matters.
You missed literally 20 minutes of us dying, laughing hysterically.
The best 20 minutes of my podcasting
Oh
career,
my
honestly.
Oh man, I want to die.
Well, Ty,
ding ding Burr.
ding
Well,
ding
we-
there.
we determined I've introduced them to the harsh truth that Megadeth kind of sounds like aggressive Casey Kasem.
Oh wow. I don't think you've even told me that. Yeah, that's a realization.
Hello, me. It's the real me in my misfits way of life. And then I introduced them to the meme of Mudvayne's dig as being called Ding Ding Burr.
It makes sense.
Oh my god.
We already have way too many side projects. We don't need to add an entire
Megadeth, but Casey Kasem.
Megadeth parody band.
And now you're on the train of consequences.
No,
So
and me and Ty are going to do a radio metal band, but as Christopher Walken and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're just gonna flip flop on just our favorite Megadeth songs. He sells, but who's buying? What are the people buying these days?
Oh no.
I'm not quite sure.
Oh no. Well, Joe, do you want to tell us your favorite concert you've seen live
Ooh, favorite.
Or concerts.
or concerts? Because I said 3, and I just want to know why you were so shocked at mine there, Ty.
Which one?
Because Blue Oyster Cult.
Blue Oyster Cult was my favorite.
No. I love Blue Oyster Cult. I'm jealous. It was more so and then I was like, I can make REM and
Ghost jokes. No, I've actually met Blue Oyster Cult in person. They stayed at one of the hotels I worked at before a
tell 'em what you
concert.
did.
Oh, I'm a fucking idiot.
Tell them what you decided to
I am a
do.
terrible person, and I'm so fucking stupid
I'm
because
still mad at you because you made the wrong
I
choice.
did make the wrong choice. Okay, so
Do you want to blank it out and then we can like fill it in with something like crazy?
absolutely.
No, this isn't getting edited out.
It's not. Well, it's my turn to edit this week,
You
so
better not edit it out.
I won't.
Feels
So,
like hide the evidence buried under a bunch of random facts about Casey Kasem.
And now we're back. No.
Oh.
Thanks for that, Casey.
You're
No,
welcome.
so my boss handed me a paper and she said, put this in the system, make a block or whatever. So I looked at it and it said something productions. Well, anytime something comes through and it says something production company or productions, I go online and I search it. I found out a month before they came that they were going to be staying at my hotel, and I was freaking out. I'm like, my God, this is my favorite band. They're staying at my hotel. There's a chance that I could actually get to like check them in. So the day they checked in, I told the front desk, I'm like, look, please come and get me when they come and check in, because I want to check them all in. I want to talk to them. I just want to be in the same space as them. And they were like, okay, that's cool. So first guy comes check in. And so I go, they run back and they're like, all right, first guy's here. And I'm like, here we go. So like, I'm bullshitting with them. I'm laughing. I'm joking. I'm making jokes. And so they come back down and they're like, so what are you doing tonight? I said, well, it's opening night at a haunted house that I work at. And I'm one of the managers. So I have to, I got to open tonight. They're like, oh, well, if you decide you don't want to go, I've got VIP tickets and backstage passes if you want to come and hang out with us.
Oh my God.
Mr. Boss Person, I just, I'm sorry.
And I am so, I I still hate myself to this day because of it.
What?
She told Blue Oyster Cult no thanks.
I did.
Wow.
Hello, favorite band ever. I'm going
Yeah.
to turn you down on this once in a lifetime offer.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
this pre-COVID.
Sometimes you spell VIP because
Yeah, it
just
was
N-O.
18.
Was it 18
Yeah,
or 19?
It was 18.
2018.
Because here's
they
fun
gave you-
fact.
They gave you a free poster.
4 years ago today is when it happened, because today was the opening night of Black Orchard 4 years ago today.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact.
Happy
And
anniversary to
wow.
you telling your favorite band.
No.
I'd rather go
So
work at
when
a
I
haunted
finally
house.
did get to see them, we hung out afterwards. Like everybody scattered after the concert shit back in December, and we were standing at the front of the stage, and like the little tech guys were like scrambling about and like rolling up the cords and shit, and I'm like looking at the set list still taped on the floor, and I'm like, can I have that? Please, can I have that? And there's like this 65-year-old woman standing next to me, blonde hair, bright
No,
pink
You were
lipstick.
nervous to go ask for it, so I said, fuck it.
No.
Okay. So I walked up to the stagehand and said, hey, give me that set list on the floor. He's like, okay. So he untaped it off the floor and gave it to me.
And the bitch had been standing there for like 20 minutes. Like, can I get that? He's like, in a minute. Can I get that?
So
He's
I
like,
walked
in a
up and
minute.
said, hey, give me that. And then when he gave it to me, I looked at her and winked and smiled and then walked away.
You know,
I cried.
sometimes just the right amount of confidence.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, give me that over there. That I
Yeah.
need it.
She wanted that set list more than Marilyn Manson wanted more shots at his career.
I thought you were going to say more than Twinkies.
Shots of morphine.
Oh God.
Yeah, we've also hit that
one more
one.
hit. Just one more hit. Come on. Just beautiful people too. Come on.
Beautiful people too.
Can't say he's not
So-
trying.
I'll give you your own personal Jesus if you
Oh, no.
if you help me
I
out.
swear to God, I'll give you your own personal Jesus. Just give me that song.
What was that episode of South Park where they parodied Rod Stewart, where he's in the wheelchair? Oh, poop my pants.
What?
Oh, this is a really old, like season 2 of South Park. The
Oh,
Rod Stewart. where
yeah.
it was a Rod Stewart concert,
my
so they
pants.
just wheel him out on a wheelchair, and he just kept like complaining that he kept shitting his pants. But it's Rod Stewart.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one about Steamy Ray Vaughan.
Oh no, not that.
Oh no, that was terrible.
Randy Marsh was he just gets on stage
And shits his britches.
That the two farmers, the best part about that episode.
Oh, yeah.
He just
Oh.
gets on stage, pulls down his pants, and then just takes
Start
shit.
shit in his britches.
Shits his britches right there on stage.
Oh, my God.
I don't get kids these days.
Oh my God.
Do you want to go ahead and take a shot at that, Joe? And then after Joe, we'll do the shout out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I can't say that I have had quite that amazing of an experience where I can get a set list from a band that I love. But actually one of my favorite times recently at a concert, it wasn't that the people performing were like my favorite bands in the world, but I just had a great time at the Santana and Earth, Wind and Fire concert here recently in Tampa.
Oh,
wow.
okay.
And
Earth, Wind, Fire.
Nice.
luckily on the way, my friend and I, Garrett, he said, "Hey, it looks like there might be some weather, so let's get some ponchos on the way there." And I'm like, good move. So we stop at Publix, and all they have are like kids XLs in ponchos, which
The crop top.
yeah, it's still like to my waist. I don't know what kind of kids they were making these for. Because,
They're American kids.
yeah, exactly. It's to my waist, but it's like 3 sizes like wide of me.
It was a
Oh,
hoodie.
like out?
Yeah, it
was
was
a hoodie.
cute. It was probably wider than it was long.
Oh,
But-
welcome to the women's shirts. You experienced what it's like to be a fat woman.
So ponchos for fat kids.
Somehow I found the one brand of maternity kids ponchos.
Yep.
And and these are the ones that it started sprinkling as soon as we got there. So I threw the poncho on, and yeah, it's only covering half of me. But me and Garrett are just running to the front because we have lawn tickets. So we're trying to get like a good spot. And so we're like sweating, and it's getting like humid inside the poncho, but it's still kind of drizzling. And for Earth, Wind, and Fire, luckily, when we were sitting there in the lawn, the poncho just so like perfectly sits around you if you're sitting on the ground. It just makes you your own personal like little teepee. And even though it rained a lot through Earth, Wind, and Fire, it was still just a fun, amazing experience, even with like the $20 drinks.
Can you say it makes your own personal teepee like Matthew McConaughey?
I only got to get into the.
He's got to get into character.
Okay.
What it's like to drive a Lincoln. Okay. It's like your own personal teepee. Just sits around you. You can sit inside and no one even knows what's going on. Just enveloped in your own little world.
Yeah.
Lincoln.
You got any adult size ponchos? Well, no, Mr. McConaughey. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Your jeans may be wet from the grass, but at least your hair is wet from the sweat. So you're there enjoying the concert in your own little personal humidifier.
What time of year was it? Was this the summertime?
It was like
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple
oh
weeks
shit.
ago.
Okay.
Oh God.
Really,
Oh,
Steven?
Oh yeah.
Sweatsuit.
Yeah,
The sweatsuit cocktail.
The sweatsuit cocktail from Jackass.
Just sitting there like
your own personal steamer.
Literally just sitting there like a steamed dumpling, listening to. Do you remember?
Remember the time in September.
I love how like they're older, so they're not as like enveloped into the choreography as they once were, but they still knew the choreography. So it's just like very mild and like just a one step clap.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They were still hustling.
That they were the reason that you were sweating so much in those little teepees.
All of us out in the, even those who didn't have ponchos getting rained on probably weren't as wet as those on stage that wearing the full suit of sequins with the light hitting them.
I was corduroy.
It really seals in the flavor.
I'm like my own personal disco ball.
A really sweaty disco ball.
Morgan Freeman and Batman
Oh my God.
talking about Earth,
no.
Wind, and Fire.
Okay, let's do this shot out and get it over
right.
with because I'm
Yes,
not
yes.
looking
We'll,
forward to it.
We'll do this week's shout out, and then we will take a quick pause for our sponsor.
Here we go. 3. Oh crap! Get on video. Turn towards me. So this week's shout out goes to 3 amazing gentlemen from across the pond. It is Tall Boy Radio. We didn't forget about you guys, but we kind of cheaped out, and we're doing shots of
Jameson Irish whiskey.
Cheers to you, boys. We love you.
Beans, Gaz, and Andy. Listen to Tall Boy Radio on all your favorite podcast platforms. Cheers.
9-9. Oof.
Oh, I love Jameson.
Quite funny that you
Oh.
did an Irish whiskey.
Nom, 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 nom.
All right, word from our sponsors.
5, 4, 3, 2, and we're back with Phantom Jukebox, Christopher Walken, Batman, and Morgan Freeman.
And we're live. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having us.
The pleasure is all ours. Good to be here. You're listening to the Happy Hour podcast.
So
And what a
what's
happy time it is.
And you're sober right now. You're doing it wrong.
We're trying not to be sober. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
Ding, ding,
and I
Burr.
ding ding Burr. Ding ding Burr.
Here's the funny part: is you can say it, anybody else can say it, but when he says it, it's over for me.
It's funny in every language.
No, it's not. I need you to make a recording of that so I can make that my text tone, and I just need you to go ding ding Burr, ding ding Burr.
I'll work on that for you.
Oh my god.
You have a text message. Answer your phone.
Ding ding Burr. Ding ding Burr.
Burr. Burr.
Thinking.
Alfred, put my Ding Ding Burr CD in the Batmobile.
My tape's stuck in the radio. Alfred, get a pencil. We gotta save Ding Ding Burr. Rachel.
Has anyone seen my hockey pads?
Hockey pads. I'm afraid of Roombas. They're like, it's after me. They're like little tiny Alfreds. It's like a robot wizard that cleans up dirt. How did they know where to go?
I'm gonna cry.
This is where it starts. The room has now become self-aware.
I'm already crying.
The room is being controlled by the Joker. He keeps turning off my Ding Ding Burr CD.
It keeps trying to roll off the top step, so it kills itself. But I save it every time.
Because
Let's send Ding Ding Burr one more time. I forgot to rewind the DVR. Extra fees. Batman's in the old media.
Yeah. Did you say he's got DVR and TiVo?
Alfred, I've got Ding Ding Burr on Laserdisc. It's like a record, but a DVD. But a record.
Just got a new job at Blockbuster.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to start.
Oh my god. Oh my god. My face is in pain right now. My cheeks are killing me.
I can't catch my breath.
I'm really glad I didn't drop an edible before this.
Oh.
I'd have a heart attack. I'd have a heart attack. We would have had to cut it short.
What's going on?
We'd have had to cut it short so I can go to the hospital.
I think the worst impression to do if someone is high is the Batman impersonation.
Yeah.
Are you okay? How many fingers am I holding up, Alfred?
Alfred ate all my edibles and
You're
started
wrong.
singing Ding Ding Burr.
It was 2 2/3. You're going to the hospital.
2
Everyone
2/3.
knows you're high. I'm telling Jesus.
I'm telling Jesus.
That would really get you too.
It does. It really does. Oh my god.
You're like, wait, really? Really? Don't tell Jesus. Don't tell Jesus.
Morgan Freeman, no.
And then we learned that Batman wasn't really a Batman. He was really a rat man, willing to tell out on all his friends.
I can't.
Oh.
Whose turn is it?
Oh, so what is what's the worst live show you've ever been to?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to say it's certainly. Actually, do you want to go first, Joe? Or you want to go first?
You can go first.
I'm gonna say it's actually to be a little selfish here. I'm gonna say it's when I played.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your own
Yeah.
concert?
Well, it wasn't necessarily my concert. We were the other world was a part of it, and we kind of set up this. Well, I say we. I'm not really gonna name names. It was a former member who we haven't really toured that much. Well, not really at all. We've done some like shows all over Florida, but tours are a very difficult thing to put together. You know, you got to get the finances right. You know, we all have jobs. You know, some of us have kids, so it's a really difficult thing to put together. But we lined up this like, you know, we called it a mini tour. I wanted to call it the mini tar, but
that's clever.
It's a maze, but really small. So we had one show in Tallahassee, and then we had another show in Satellite Beach.
Yeah.
But the route that was planned, we basically made a 4 across Florida.
Okay.
Because the person in charge of like routing this out did a horrible job, and it's kind of a long story, but
Fired.
It was the most inefficient 2 dates we played ever. Because we played one show on like a Saturday and one show on a Sunday. But the worst show we played was in a venue in Tallahassee. I don't want to name drop. Like I want to, but I'm not. It just we knew it was bad when we got there, and that's not that's not a good sign when you roll up to the venue and you look at it and you're like, no, this isn't no. And it's worse when you go up to it and I'm from the country, so like camo doesn't really bother me, but it does at a metal show.
Yeah,
because that means 2 things. That means these are country folk and they're not really into metal, or they're Slayer fans. This is could be dangerous.
Or Pantera fans.
Yeah,
that's kind of it's nothing wrong with them, but they're just like they mosh different than other people. They're willing to hit you.
Yeah,
they don't mean it's not personal. It's just business. Like they're just that's how they
giving you the business.
I like to swing my arms in the air real fast when I'm listening to my love.
I mean, it's almost like the slam dancers, but mosh and slam dancers like put together. I know the ones you're talking
boy.
about.
You should see this town when the Macarena comes on.
Ooh.
Boy ain't right.
Boy ain't right.
Oh,
Boy ain't right.
So I was getting more boy ain't right vibes when we walked in.
There we go.
So I was like, well, this isn't good. And the guy at the counter, which was a fold out table, because this looked like a bar, maybe let's say a shed that was more of a shack that was turned into a big bar.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of surprised that it had running water and electricity, to be honest with you.
Mm.
So we look at the promoter and he's like, y'all love the world? Like, that'd be us, I reckon. And then he's like, all right. And then he said, cousin. And this guy moved this big piece of plywood. Well, I'm serious. He moved this. He didn't say, I didn't say first. I was joking with that. But they moved this big piece of plywood, which opens up the rest of the venue. Like some kind of like redneck Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of thing.
Oh my God.
And then it was actually like not a half bad bar on the inside. But when we get there, so there's not a lot of people there already, which is not great. And this is one of the weirdest lineups I've ever seen, because we've got a kid who's literally like 13 to 15 with this really long blonde hair, and all he does is play like cover songs to a backing track was the opener.
Okay.
But he's like, I guess he's trying to be like Steve Vai without the rest of the band, but he's not really.
Oh yeah,
Steve Vai Jr., I guess. And then, but he wasn't that good. He's just playing other people's music. And then I forget there was another band that was really bad. And then there was what I'm going to call My Chemical Romance, but somebody might have pissed in the chemicals. Because it was just it was really, really bad. But like they were all dressed up like parade people. Like,
oh God,
they're trying to do like a whole goth parade thing.
So they were more focused on the aesthetic than they were practicing playing music.
They cared more about their gimmick than they did their music.
I guess you could say that, because this guy sang really high the whole time, like never brought the dynamic down at all. Just super high pitched every single note. And he essentially chased what were maybe 30 people out of the bar.
Oh.
By the time we go on, we're 30 minutes past when we're supposed to hit the stage.
Oh, Jesus.
So we're getting to like 12 midnight. And if you're in a band, if you're in a local band, really any band,
Yeah.
Once you get past 11 or like maybe the 10:30 to 11 range, you're actually in a pretty shitty time slot.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Because everybody's tired. Nobody wants to be out there that late, and then people have been dragging their ass getting their instruments on and off stage, and that's really what happened. People like would go over their sets and then take forever to load off, and then by the time we get on stage, we're literally playing to the backs of 5 people at the bar.
Oh,
What?
And we were promised a 45-minute set.
you cut that short,
Wow.
didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Good.
Ooh.
Get the fuck out of there.
Because it just wasn't. You don't surprise. You don't really make a lot of money at these things.
Well, no.
For like a local band and stuff, there was nobody there to buy merch, so that was kind of a bust. And then I had a wireless unit, so eventually I got so bored, or it was just kind of like down. Everybody was down from that whole situation. We wanted to play because we drove all the way up there to set up our gear, and we have to do all that stuff ourselves, and we wanted to play, so like we did, and we played maybe about 20 minutes, and then half of that I got off the stage and watched my own band play because I had a wireless unit.
Oh my god.
Very nice.
Yeah, you might as well. Who's gonna? It would have been a cool thing to do with the audience if there was one there.
Yeah.
And then, we just packed up, and then we were starting to go home, and then all these people were outside, but they were like all the lackeys for the "Pissed in My Chemical Romance" band. They were outside, and he's like, "Hey man, good show." And I was like, "Dude, fuck you." And then we
You
just
weren't
loaded our stuff.
Outside.
Nah, I was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna hear any of your shit, buddy."
Oh,
That was the worst show.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that was the
Yeah,
worst.
see, you never specified either. Was it a show you played, or was it a show to?
It counts.
No, because I've got one too.
Oh my god.
The worst show played. That's horrible. That you guys drove that far, took that time, and
the Satellite Beach show was just kind of like an average show. It just kind of sucks to. If we had driven to Satellite Beach and back, it would have been fine. But driving to Tallahassee to Satellite Beach and then having to drive home after that was just kind of like why did we do this?
I am so sorry that happened
Wow.
to you guys. Oh my god.
It's a fun story now, but at the time,
it hurt.
Yeah. Ooh.
Mine, I hate to say it, like, I think probably the worst concert that I've seen was
Lorna Shore.
I've never seen Lorna Shore, and you shut your mouth.
Not Lorna Shore. Fuck.
Lacuna Coil?
Lacuna Coil.
You nearly got killed right here for
I
that.
like Lorna
I
Shore.
mean, it's close enough.
Rude.
Lacuna Coil.
No, Lacuna Coil was
Fuck.
probably the worst show that we've seen.
That was another show for someone wanted Michelle bought us tickets for our birthdays. That was another one.
Yeah. Lacuna Coil was
She made up
terrible.
for it
She
the
couldn't
next
sing
year when
with
she bought us
Chimera.
tickets to go see Chimera. Yeah, that was kick ass.
Lacuna Coil, bless her heart.
that's what my grandma says when she's trying to be nice, but she's got nothing.
It's
Yeah.
such like a southern insult.
But it's
Oh,
worse
bless
when
her
you-
heart.
Bless her heart.
Oh, that's
Bless her heart. They were trying, like the whole band, but you could feel their anger at her for some reason. And
trying. Is that what that was?
the music was great. The
No.
vocals were trash.
That whole thing hurt just to be in the presence of.
It was so bad.
Oh, I have another one.
Um,
But
and
I'll
then-
wait my turn though.
I was gonna say the other one. So I was stand-in bassist for a local band called Vindiction, and I played 3 shows, two shows with them, and then I got booted out because their girlfriends didn't like the fact that a female was playing with their boyfriends. But one of our shows was at a Dairy Freeze, like a little ice cream shop.
Huh?
Were you
Parking lot. So we're playing metal music to children
in a parking
in
lot?
a parking lot eating ice cream.
Did you have to like adjust the lyrics just in case?
No. And like all the fangirls and the roadies and the girls who were in love with everybody were the only ones that showed. Like there was nobody there. I was like, did you guys make any money off of this? They're like, oh no, it was supposed to be a free concert. I'm like, oh
Why?
man.
It certainly was.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it was bad.
We'll
Wow.
pay you to come to the concert.
I mean, I learned all the songs in a week and was
Oh,
like,
that
hey, I'll help out.
sucks.
But the show before that, when we played at Bulldogs, was fucking fire. Like they weren't expecting a chick to be on bass for this band.
Yeah.
That was fun. Just to watch everybody in the crowd shift from one side of the lead guitarist to my side, where the bass where I was. They were like, yeah. It was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah,
It was
if
fun for me.
drama is going to happen that easy, it was probably best to not be in that in the first place.
No, I'm kind of glad that they kind of booted me.
Well,
Yeah.
the music scene here is not great.
Yeah, the music scene here fucking blows ass.
It's tough in Tampa too. You've got like a pocket of like really really dedicated musicians, but the scene here is not metal.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's why my brother, he's in
Half the bands in Louisville. He is.
He's got
3.
3.
Stonecutters,
Be a drummer.
which
No,
he's
he's
a bass player.
wait, no.
In Stonecutters, he's the bass player.
Yeah, in Stonecutters, he's the bass player. In he is the lead guitarist. And then, or no, he's the rhythm guitarist. And then in Crown of Serpents,
which is his band,
he is the lead guitarist
and he's vocals.
and vocals. So
Okay.
We'll send you some music. His band,
definitely.
Crown of Serpent. If you like black metal, like with the whole corpse paint gimmick, it's that kind of metal.
I'll check it out. Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
and then his second band, is stoner doom metal.
it's doom metal.
Okay.
I like Mastodon's one of my favorites, so that's in that category almost.
Yeah,
There we go.
Mastodon's one of the best doom metal bands.
No, the scene here fucking sucks ass. That's why they travel. That's why they
Yeah.
always go on tour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're always like our best shows are in like Orlando or Jacksonville. Jacksonville's been amazing for us.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I am
Yeah.
really glad that you guys on your link tree that you have a link to Otherworld music
Oh god.
because fuck, you have a fan right here.
Yeah,
I
two.
Thank you.
love fans.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
Love it.
yeah, and I think I forget who it was. I had after I listened to the music, I had reached out to one of you guys.
Probably
I forget
me.
who it was.
Probably me.
But I'd said that the lyrics had a strong Dio vibe.
Yeah. That was they were talking to me about that one.
Yeah, and well, what I meant by that is like the wording of the lyrics. It's very Dio-esque. I fucking love
That's
love.
high praise. Dio is
What?
a bar, man. Dio is high praise. That's a high bar, my friend.
Oh yeah.
I'll pass
Yeah.
that. I told Connor before, but I'll clarify. I'll let him know again.
Yeah, so fucking good. Yeah, Otherworld fucking goes.
Thank you so much.
Oh my god, love it.
Uh,
Love your guys' music.
Not to talk about us too long, but would you guys have any you have any favorites?
Not off the top of my head. Hold on.
I just listened.
Yeah, well, when I'd found the music, I was folding laundry. I'm like, oh shit. 'Cause it was right after I had asked you guys to come on the show, and I was scrolling through, and that's when I found it. Hold on, real quick.
I just hit play and started working.
Yeah, well, it's on your website. Is where you have music. The song that I listened, "Ashes to Ashes." was
Oh,
the-
really?
Yeah,
That's an old one for us.
yeah. I love the album art too. It's like Cthulhu going through a pirate ship.
Oh, thank you. That's me. I do that one.
You drew that?
Yeah, I do all the artwork for the band. I've done all the albums except for one.
That is some sick art.
Why? Thank you very much.
And Unto the Void.
Oh yeah, that's like our interlude.
Yeah,
I did that. I did that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ty is my favorite member of Otherworld.
I was gonna say, let's just blow that ego right all the way up. He's
So-
not gonna be able
So
to
can
walk.
I get tickets?
If we had tickets to give you, man.
So anybody else have any crappy concerts?
So I have. I'm. I don't know. What is there a word for bad but magical? Maybe it's magical.
Magical. Bad but
Okay.
magical.
Like it's. I'm not gonna say it's the worst concert I've been to because I walked away going, just wow.
Where it was good, but you were trying to figure out why?
No, it was bad, but I had a really good time.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
magically bad. Like
Yes.
magically bad.
Magic, like a good bad movie, like your favorite bad movie. Like you have a sick day and you're like, I need to see this B movie, and
Like-
then just laugh at it.
Okay, like you're in awe of how bad it is.
Yeah.
Like, is this really happening?
It's probably a defective part of my brain that enjoys that, but I do. So, but long story short, so I was at the Busch Gardens had the concert series. I don't know if it's still going on now, and I got to see Meatloaf play
Oh.
live.
What? That's awesome.
Okay.
I got to see Meatloaf play live, and what made me remember it was what you said was the band was amazing, but the vocals were shit. And Meatloaf, like maybe pouring meatloaf out of a pan onto the floor might have sounded a bit better than Meatloaf himself, because God bless him, he's trying. But Miss Loud was there too, and she was better than the album.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But they were playing do it, Bad Out of Hell. No,
Paradise?
anything. I'll do anything for love.
Oh, okay.
And it gets to the big crescendo where won't do that. But I've got a recording on my phone. I'll try to find it and send it to you.
Please.
But he's just, well, won't do that.
Oh,
like
God. He died.
Eat that. It's like he was
Oh.
falling. And then you have these amazing background singers. Won't do anything for love. Da, 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 da. Like the music was so good. The guitar tone was on point. Yeah. They just did everything they could to cover him. Like even his mics were kind of low, but you can't
Oh,
cover that.
no. Oh,
Oh.
no.
But it
It's
was.
like
I needed that moment though.
It was like a deflating air out of a balloon.
But I won't do that.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, no. Rest in peace, Meatloaf. I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but that was not his best
It's okay.
performance.
It's okay. Oh, do you have a bad concert?
I already said it.
Oh yeah, you did.
Lacuna Coil. That was fucking embarrassing just to have a ticket to.
Yeah, that's true.
You
Hey,
know
it was
it's bad,
free.
like, it's like a concert's bad when like you're like crinkling your toes in your shoes, going like, "Ooh, I'm kind of embarrassed to be here for them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Ooh,
want to
man.
go to that show. I didn't want to go, but Michelle bought tickets for
Mhm.
all of us, and like now I have to go.
Right.
It's one of those things like you don't want to, but you have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the openers, I don't remember who they were, but the openers were better.
I don't even remember.
I know
That's
one of
better
them
than-
was a local. Another one
Oh,
of
that
them.
band that sounds like Shinedown.
No. No.
It's bad when a Shinedown
No.
sounding cover band is better than fucking Lacuna Coil.
Haley's Comet heard 'em burr.
Murder.
You sure that's not Creed?
Ding ding burr.
Whoo, I can't.
Oh.
I can't. Oh my God.
I just remember the whole from the time we walked through the doors
And it was like,
until we left the venue.
And
I
it-
was not having a good time.
no, it wasn't.
No.
I was
That
not having a good
sucked.
time. The openers sucked.
The
headliner,
openers were better than the headliner, though.
That's
And
not
they still
saying much.
And they still
Oh.
suck.
That's like picking up a turd by its clean end.
Yeah.
It was you're picking up
I'm just
picking-
going in raw fingers.
you're picking up a piece of shit by the clean end
Yeah.
at that whole fucking
Oh,
experience.
it was bad.
I've never heard that expression before, but I love it.
What what picking up a turd by its clean end?
It's like picking up a turd by its clean end.
Actually, I stole that quote from Michael Cudlitz on The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
did.
right. He did, didn't he?
That's an Abraham quote.
It is an
He said,
Abraham.
You're picking up a turd by its clean end.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah,
Oh,
that is my worst. Oh, and drowning pool
I'm sorry.
after Dave died.
I'm so sorry.
Like a month after Dave died.
That was terrible.
They opened for Kiss. When me
Mm.
and Nick, I got to go see Kiss, which Kiss is one of the best I've been to. I had the best and worst at the same time. Well, in the same night.
Title of your sex tape.
Hey,
I
you're
had
the
to get
one-
I had to get that in somewhere in this.
Well,
That's for
you're
sure.
the, one,
Ayo.
you're the one that I'm married to, so I'll let you.
It's
pick
a running
which is
gag
which.
that we have. And we changed instead of
what
that's what
you
she said.
It's title of your sex tape. If you
Rob
watch
Schneider in It's a Running Gag That We Have.
the running gag, title of your sex tape. Rob
Rob
Schneider is.
Schneider's a running gag.
It's the second time we've talked about Rob Schneider on a podcast.
It is.
It was when we were on Porn Stash, and now the Rob Schneider
No
fuck
good
doll.
time.
Rob
There's no
Schneider
good
sex
time
doll.
to talk about Rob Schneider.
Oh, it's never.
Rob Schneider is a running gag.
Oh, it's just, I can't.
You've seen him as a,
derpy derp burp burp derp burp.
you've seen him as a girl,
Deep blue.
and then as a stapler, and an animal, and now see Rob Schneider in his newest hit, a gag reflex. And Rob Schneider is the running gag.
Oh my god, I'm done. I'm done.
Coming
I
to a
can't
theater
see.
near you. Streaming on HBO Max Plus.
I love the end of that episode where they're just like, "Fuck you, you'll watch it."
Yeah, fuck you. You'll watch it. Is it sad that that's true? That I would watch that? I would watch it.
I would text you afterwards because I would have seen it too.
Happy Madison Productions presents Rob Schneider in.
Happy Madison.
Because if Rob Schneider's in it, Adam Sandler's got a hand in it somewhere.
Title of
Keeping
the sex.
Dave Spade employed since the early 2000s.
Rob Schneider is David Spade in Black Sheep 2,
Oh god.
Tommy Boy 2, The Black Sheep, starring Rob Schneider and the corpse of Chris Farley.
They've dug up the corpse of the late great comedian Chris Farley, and through dark arts and wire work, we've brought him back.
Executive producer Marilyn Manson. Rob Schneider is Ding Ding Burr.
Chris Farley and the Anti-Crisco.
Guest starring Kevin James. Surprise.
Kevin James is Chris Farley in a Ding Ding Burr production.
What is even going on right now?
What even is happening?
I'm lost. Hockey bag.
This might be my favorite episode that we've recorded, honestly.
Okay.
Oh, y'all.
I would.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I probably no probably I just peed myself. Thank you very much.
Do we need to put
Your
plastic-
episode on like the Ninja Turtles concert thing was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
That's
god,
the worst concert I've ever been to, and I was 5. It was a warm summer's eve in 1990, Memphis, Tennessee.
And an unsuspecting mother and her young boy were on their way to a Ninja Turtles concert. Neither would know it would be the worst 90 minutes of their lives. The shredder would be locking the doors while people still went to the bathroom.
and hitting on everyone's mothers.
The turtles wouldn't even have shells, but they would have leather vests or jean leather vests.
and
you know.
toilet paper.
I was gonna say toilet paper
Did you guys hear that
as
episode?
cloaking devices.
I heard that. I've been through that episode. It was pretty great.
Have you gone on YouTube and watched the entire concert?
I'm going to, and then
you
I'm
have
going
to.
I want to. I've seen clips of it because I remember it. Or I think one of my favorite lines is, "What the fuck is this drum set?"
Yeah, what the fuck is this drum set? It's on the wall. It's like broken pads to an electric drum kit that they nailed on a wall. What is that?
Some
April's
say it was a
power
drum
ballad.
set. Others say it was a cry for help.
Then Raphael is singing songs to kids about being straight. What's happening? What concert is
way.
this?
Why did the 50s have to end?
Uh, it's a concert about skipping rocks, being straight, and raping mothers and stealing music from the world.
About skipping rocks in a very, very straight line.
You're gonna steal all the music from the world, and you're only gonna get rid of 3 records, 3 vinyl records.
I'm gonna find that on like the most random media and mail it to you guys.
Rude.
I'll be okay with that.
I would too, honestly.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna see if I can go to prison to find the director, see if I can get him to sign it.
That would be amazing. That would be fucking amazing.
I'm sure he's in jail for endangerment of children. Of
Oh,
some
he
sort.
has to be. Locking the doors. No, my friends, I have a podcast. It's my friends, and they really like your stuff. Can you sign this? What?
Did you guys ever remember the show Titus?
Titus?
Titus.
Not that I
Christopher
know of.
Titus?
Oh, not really. I know. I've heard his stand up. I've heard him talk about the
Oh.
TV show.
Well,
They had he had a really good TV show, like a sitcom.
The guy that played his best friend Tommy was
I'm a homo.
was Raphael in that concert, and he's the one that sang about being straight.
Oh God.
Ah, nice. Nice.
Well, side note, in the TV show Titus, his best friend is gay, but he's trying to hide it and cover it up. He's like, "No, I'm not gay. I like boobies." Ugh.
I've got news for you.
Yeah.
And then they play a drinking game, his brother
No,
Dave. Thought,
Dave is the one that came up with
"Oh,
the drinking
you
game.
have to if
Because
you
he got
say you're
drunk and
gay,
he
you'd
just
have to
started
drink."
screaming, "I'm a homo." And he's like, "Oh no, it's a drinking game," because they're at like this like country podunk bar. And he was like, "No, you can't say that here." And he was like, "It's a drinking game, guys. I'm a homo." And then you take a drink.
And his brother goes, "I'm a homo," and then starts chugging his beer. And they're like, "No, don't do that here.
No,
Stop.
shh.
You got to quit."
It's a good it's a good TV show if you get a
It was hilarious.
if you
It only-
have time to search for it.
it only
and
had,
watch it.
no, the whole thing is on YouTube. That's where I watched it.
Okay.
The whole
Oh, really?
series, all 3 seasons.
I
Yeah,
just can't believe Tommy played
Wow.
Raphael. Oh my God. If
But
you
yeah.
get a chance, please watch Coming Out of Their Shells. It is
Ironically, it's called Coming Out of Their Shell.
and they have a song called "Be Straight."
uh-huh.
I'm gonna drop. I think I'm gonna do that Saturday night.
You gonna eat something and
I'm
then
gonna-
watch?
Special guest Michael Jackson enters.
Oh, like that was he.
featuring Michael Jackson, Macaulay Culkin, and Corey Feldman.
That was a little bit too hard.
I want you to get in my van. Woo!
Blanket, no. Blanket, climb a tree.
Climb a tree,
Climb a
blanket.
tree. Jamone.
I'm hiding in the darkness. Oh!
Batman, no.
Can we replace all the Predator sounds with Michael Jackson?
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yep. I've seen that. This is gonna go
I'm
at
over
the end.
here.
This is gonna
Y'all
go
are
at the
just
end.
ignorant.
Cut it out, make it special. Who does anybody else have anything
I'm good. I'm good.
to talk about? That was completely off the rails, but it's been so
I have
fucking
a
fun.
Deep
Jesus
urge
Christ.
to go watch Batman movies now. Listen to
Okay,
Casey Kasem's top 40.
I think in the future, I don't think we even need a topic. But we
Yeah.
can just go off the
We're-
rails
we're-
for an
we are-
entire episode.
We're toying around with the idea of another show. Like we're building up stuff for Patreon now,
Okay.
which is more bantery. But we're toying with the idea of having another show where it's just kind of like a Google generated topic and going off.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. See, we used to do that. We kind of got the first half of our episodes. We literally got drunk and just randomly just shot the shit. and it was great. And then we figured that our listeners wanted some more substance. But
Yeah,
it's still fun to go
that
off the
happened
rails.
around January when we did the our 3-part series on the Scream franchise.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
But going off the rails is kind of fun too, especially if you have chemistry with each other, your co-hosts, or even having guests on like tonight.
Just
Yeah.
don't stray too far. Make sure to stay on that straight line.
That straight, flat top, short sleeve, button up wearing line. You get home from work and there's a roast in the oven kind of line.
A roast in the oven.
He said Tupac. That picture I just showed you. It's so bad.
Oh my god. There's a roast in the oven.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Billy Conkin, no. Don't go in there. It's dark. I can't find you. So you think darkness is your ally? I was born in it.
Michael Jackson is Bane.
As he breaks Batman's back.
When he does, he picks him up, goes, hee hee, and then when he cracks after Batman breaks his back, he goes, Jamona. And Moon walks away. Well, it's like in what Scary Movie 3 when Charlie Sheen is fighting Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Every time Michael Jackson
my
ducks
God.
a punch, he goes, "Oh, oh!" It's like Batman. Yeah. Every time Batman fights Michael Jackson, that's what it sounds like. Michael Jackson, hold still.
My God, he's too fast. Slow down. He's wearing hockey pants. Which one of these holes do you breathe out of?
He's wearing hockey pads.
That's kind of like Ben Affleck's Batman. Do you bleed?
Michael Jackson. It's instead of Ben Affleck, it was Michael Jackson.
Oh my god.
I'm vengeance.
Oh, instead of Robert Pattinson, it's Michael Jackson.
It might as well have been. Let's be real.
Oh, that's
They
a
had
whole
the same muscle mass.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh god.
Something in the way.
Rachel. Rachel.
Oh
Rachel,
my
no.
Jamona.
Oh no, Two-Face, you've been corrupted.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
I say I'm gonna try and stop Two-Face. I gotta say I'm gonna try and stop Two-Face. Sing it to the world.
My batsuit is black and white. How?
I've got dead parents and they're lying in the street. I could donate to charity or I could wear a suit and I don't care about my money. I'm just Batman and that's all right.
Okay, so I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Happy Hour Podcast.
Tune in next time.
This episode is definitely going to be one for the record books.
Oh,
for
it's so
sure.
funny. It's fucking
For
great.
sure.
This has been absolutely fantastic.
It is a damn top 3 for me.
Whew.
Thank you so much for having us on.
No, thank
No,
you guys. We will absolutely. We're going to have you guys on again very, very soon.
Oh, of course,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, 100%.
And we will just do shitty Michael Jackson as Batman impressions for an hour and a half.
I'm gonna make sure I wear a diaper so I don't pee on myself again.
Look out, my baby, but it's ding ding bear.
No! You son of a bitch!
Ding ding bear. Ow!
Oh God!
I can't
So-
wait to listen to this episode.
No, I'm glad. I'm the one that has to fucking edit it.
Oh, you better not wear headphones when you edit because I'm going to listen to it.
That's
I recommend that no one drive while listening to this episode.
agreed. Agreed.
This is not the episode you would like to drive down the highway.
The Happy Hour podcast is not responsible for anything you do behind the wheel while enjoying the podcast.
We actually had to put a disclaimer on one a couple weeks ago. Thanks,
Really?
Designated Quizzers, for that one.
Yeah.
We did Mad Libs
With
and
Designated-
with Designated Quizzers and
That was a great episode. I listened to that one.
Did you hear? So the end
Yeah.
of the one I had to
Yeah.
fucking read that
Yeah.
was about kids and sex swings and
Yeah.
my God, that's terrible.
Oh man.
What did you say? It was like something prostitutes, but it was actually like debate club or something like that. Like a
oh my God, I
uh,
don't remember
it was one of the. I think it was the first one you guys did, where it's just like it was something like
The
angry.
one Jason read.
the one that. Oh yeah,
The one that Jason read. Yeah. It was oh God, I'll have to go back and listen.
high
to
school club or
I think you were saying it was supposed to be protesters, but someone said prostitutes.
it. Yeah.
yeah. Sounds about right. But no, that one had to have a disclaimer
was
put
the-
on at the beginning.
It was the free Mike Gray one.
Oh yeah, it was the free Mike Gray one.
Because I was
Yep.
like the principal of a school.
You
and I
were
was
the
going
principal.
to
Yep,
jail or something
something like
for
that.
prostitution. Prostituting high
wow.
school kids.
It was great. If you haven't
We're
listened to
just
it,
trying to
listen.
get your attention.
But guys, where can our listeners find you?
Yes.
Well, you can find us at well, you got me.
We're
right.
on Spotify and Pandora.
I'm gonna
Oh,
pull up the
nice.
list now. So
You're fine.
Just looking up Phantom Jukebox podcast, and you can find us on the Apple streaming, the Spotify, Podbean, if you will. We're on all of that. My phone is $30 and slow, to say the least.
Oh, do you have the list?
And my phone is still just trying to load.
Ah,
Might be.
and pull up my documents.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. You can find us on Twitter at Phantom Jukebox _, at Facebook at Phantom Jukebox, and Instagram at Phantom Jukebox Podcast, and now on TikTok as Phantom Jukebox Podcast.
Yes, that is all thanks to the amazing Dakota Galvin, who's been doing our socials. She is incredible at that.
I'm pretty sure that me and her are now going to be best friends
Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
because I got
Mhm.
wine drunk last night and was eating cold French fries.
Oh,
And-
yeah, you and Dakota were chatting it up last night. on
And
socials.
she's like, I don't like red wine. I like white wine. But did we just become best friends? I was like, fuck yeah, we did. We'll drink wine and eat cold French fries. Let's go.
What's your favorite dinosaur? Velociraptor. What's your favorite
Batman.
non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to? Good Housekeeping.
That's almost how it felt last night. It really did.
Go in the garage and do karate
Yeah, I'm totally down for doing karate
in the garage.
in the garage with Dakota.
Well,
I'm pretty sure with
And-
enough Moscato, we can get her to do it too.
fuck yeah.
I'm pretty sure without Moscato, but the coolness and awesomeness that is the tabs could get her to do it without.
Toot, toot.
Yeah, totally. I'm a bad influence, alcohol or no alcohol.
Yeah, it's fair. I'd know.
You're the one that married me.
Yeah, lucky 13 years ago.
You're the one that asked me to marry you. So
Yeah, that's fair.
there you go.
But and as always, you can find our show. Just go to our link tree at linktr.ee/. Happy Hour Podcast 3. There you can find our merch store, all of our socials, all the listening platforms, and also the Unfortunate Horse Podcast, which is hosted by our very own Tabs, Lisa from Designated Quizzers, and Jen from What I Had Heard Was Podcast.
We just dropped episode 8 yesterday.
Yep.
We are going to be recording episode 9 tomorrow, which is going to be an adventure.
Are you going to talk about Casey Kasem and Michael Jackson and Batman?
I would, but they don't know very much about stuff like that, so that's kind of hard.
Well, they might know about Casey Kasem.
Yeah,
'cause
well,
they're
they would know.
pushing their 50s. Sorry, Lisa.
You said that, not me. If
You
you
can edit
die,
it. You
I
can-
know who killed you.
You can edit it out.
11 out of 10 doctors will agree you should listen to the Happy Hour podcast.
I like that. That'll be the intro.
While
That'll be
behind
the intro.
While behind the wheel of a car.
Well, but not behind
Hopefully,
the
you're
wheel.
driving towards an orphanage or an old person's home. You're a pig. Spin the wheel.
Oh, this is going to be a fun edit.
Jesus, take the wheel. You're going to see him anyway.
Oh my god! Yes, yes. Love it. But the Unfortunate Horrors. Hope you guys tune into that one. That's kind of something fun that I do on the side, with Lisa and Jen.
I'm the other thing she does on the side.
Ayo.
Crickets.
I'm trying not to pee again because I'm laughing so hard.
All right. Well, I want to thank Ty and Joe from Phantom Jukebox for, again, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. This has been amazing. This
Thank you for having us.
Oh yeah.
I've had the time of my life tonight, and I
So much fun.
owe it all to you.
Had the time of our lives.
I was just singing the
That was
last
a
part of
happy
that.
accident for me saying that, by the way. I,
Yeah,
I
I was
just kind of
kidding.
ran with it. Shout out to
Hold
Patrick
on to
Swayze.
hockey pads. And I swear, ding, ding, burr. You're 11 out of 10. The doctors agree. Happy Hour podcast is good for your health.
Thank you guys so much
All right.
for joining us. This has been an absolute fucking blast. We won't keep you any longer. We know you guys are busy as well. Whew.
And I have to get up at 4:30 tomorrow morning to go to work.
Yay.
Oh, you madman.
Ah, well, you know, that's the price you pay. We can't all be off work tomorrow, can we, dear?
It's not my fault that I have Thursdays and Fridays off. Ew.
I know.
I'd rather have weekends, but
Wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for being on the show. Everyone listening, please go check out all of the fantastic content from Phantom Jukebox. Go check out their music from the band Otherworld, which is fucking awesome. So fucking good.
fan
Love it all.
awesome.
Fan awesome-tastic. It's as good as Hockey Pad.
It's the best hockey pads you'll ever wear.
The next album you guys record has to be called Ding Ding Burr.
Oh my god.
The next Otherworld album has to
No,
be
my
called Ding
God.
Ding Burr. Please, I am.
Or at least a song.
A song has to be titled Ding Ding Burr. It's an interlude. It's the interlude for the next album.
Yeah, it's an instrumental.
And it has to have cowbell.
The bass player's just Ding Ding Burr. Ding Ding Burr on the bass. That's
It's
it.
It's a slow and emotional version of Dig.
Oh my god.
And it's called Ding Ding Burr by Otherworld. All right. Well, that is going to do it for this episode. We will see you guys next time. As always, don't text and drive. Don't drink and drive. Always wear a condom. Be safe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night. Ding Ding Burr.
Bye.